There's something magical about falling in love. It's not always loud. It's not always obvious. And sometimes, the person who's falling for you will try to hide it. But love has a way of slipping through the cracks, showing itself in little ways that words could never capture. You just have to know where to look. Today, I'm going to pull back the curtain. Because if a man is truly falling for you, he won't always come out and say it. But his actions, his eyes, and even his silences will betray his heart. It starts with the way he notices the smallest details. When a man is falling hard for you, he starts paying attention in a way he never has before. It's not just about remembering your birthday or your favorite coffee order. It's deeper than that. He'll notice that you always touch your necklace when you're nervous, that your eyes linger on the window when it's raining, because rainy days remind you of childhood, that your laugh changes depending on whether something is mildly funny, or whether it truly lights you up inside. He collects these little details quietly, like treasures, not because he's trying to impress you, but because knowing you, really knowing you, becomes a kind of addiction. Psychologists call this selective attention bias. When our emotions are engaged, our brain filters the world so that one person becomes the center of focus. Everything about them becomes magnified. And for him, that person is you. Then there's the way his energy shifts around you. A man's energy is hard to fake. Even if he tries to act casual, his body will give him away. Maybe he sits a little closer than necessary. Maybe he mirrors your movements without realizing it. Or maybe, when you speak, his entire body turns toward you, knees, shoulders, eyes, as if nothing else in the room exists. This is the subconscious pull of attraction. The body instinctively seeks connection before the mind even has time to process it. And when he's falling for you, his physical presence will tell you, I'm here, I'm listening, I'm drawn to you. Even in a crowded room, his attention will anchor itself to you, and you'll feel it. That invisible thread pulling you closer. Another hidden sign? He remembers what you forget. You might casually mention that you have a big meeting next week, or that your sister's birthday is coming up. You forget you even told him, but he doesn't. Suddenly, you get a message on the morning of that meeting. You've got this. You'll crush it. Or he asks, how was your sister's birthday dinner? It catches you off guard, because you didn't realize he was keeping track of your life's small moments. But when someone is falling hard, they start weaving your world into theirs. They store little pieces of your life in their mind. Not out of obligation, but out of genuine care. He starts protecting you in subtle ways. It might be as simple as walking on the side of the street closest to traffic, or slowing down his pace so you can keep up without rushing, or noticing when you're cold and, without a word, draping his jacket over your shoulders. This isn't about him thinking you're weak. It's about something primal, a protective instinct that kicks in when a man deeply values someone. Studies in evolutionary psychology suggest that men, when emotionally invested, experience a heightened protective drive toward the person they care about. It's not about control. It's about the quiet need to make sure you're safe and comfortable. And when he's falling for you, you'll see this in the tiniest gestures, the ones he might not even realize he's doing. He shares parts of himself that others never see. A man who's falling hard starts to open doors he usually keeps locked. Not all at once, not dramatically, but little by little, He lets you into the rooms of his mind he's kept hidden from the world. He might tell you about the moment in his childhood that shaped the way he sees love, or the failure he never talks about because it still stings, or his biggest dream, the one he's never said out loud to anyone, for fear they'd laugh or doubt him. And when he does, he's not just telling you a story. He's giving you a piece of his inner world. He's saying, I trust you with this part of me. Trust is not something men give lightly. And if he's willing to hand you those unpolished, unguarded pieces of himself, that's a sign his heart is already leaning toward you. And perhaps the most telling sign is in the way he looks at you. Not the quick glances, not the surface level admiration. I'm talking about the moments when you catch him looking, and he doesn't look away. There's no agenda in that look, no rush. Just a quiet, steady gaze that says more than words ever could. Eye contact like that isn't accidental. It's the mind's way of drinking someone in, of trying to memorize them. And when a man looks at you like you're the only thing worth seeing in the room, it's because, to him, you are. The truth is, falling in love is rarely about grand gestures. It's in the unspoken moments, the quiet acts of care, the consistent presence, even in silence. You might not even realize he's falling until you look back and see all the signs were there from the start. And here's something most people don't realize. When a man is falling hard, he often doesn't announce it. He reveals it in the way he shows up, the way he chooses you again and again in the smallest moments. So, how do you know if he's falling for you? Look for the details. The way he remembers things you didn't expect him to. The way he protects you without making a show of it. The way he shares the parts of himself that aren't polished or perfect. And the way his eyes linger like they're holding on to a moment they never want to end. Because love, real love, doesn't just appear in grand cinematic scenes. It grows quietly, like roots beneath the surface. Until one day, you realize it's been there all along. And here's the hidden truth. If you notice these signs and feel the same way, don't ignore them. Connection like this is rare. Most people go their entire lives without experiencing it. If you feel that pull, lean into it. Let yourself be seen too. Because when two people both notice these little signs in each other, that's when love stops being a possibility and starts becoming a reality. If you've ever seen these signs in someone, or if you're wondering whether they might be falling for you right now, keep your heart open. Because sometimes love speaks in whispers, and the people who hear it are the ones who end up finding something worth keeping forever.